Jack thought he had finally found the one in Chloe. She wasn't like anyone he'd ever met before. She was bright, funny, ambitious, and seemed to understand him on a level no one else did. For 3 years, their relationship was the envy of all their friends. They were that couple, the one everyone thought was destined for a happily ever after. Jack was so sure he was even saving up for a ring. He had the perfect proposal planned out, a romantic getaway to the place they had their first real date. He pictured her face, the surprise, the tears of joy. It was all so clear in his mind. But life has a funny way of throwing a wrench in the best-laid plans. About 6 months ago, Jack started noticing little changes. Chloe became more distant, always on her phone, smiling at texts that weren't from him. When he'd ask, she'd just brush it off, saying it was work or a friend. He trusted her, so he tried to push his worries aside, told himself he was just being paranoid, that every long-term relationship has its lulls. He even started trying harder, planning more dates, buying her little gifts. Anything to bring back the spark he felt was fading. He wanted to believe everything was fine, that they were just going through a phase. The gut-wrenching truth came to light on what was supposed to be their anniversary. Jack had planned a surprise dinner at home, cooked her favorite meal, lit candles, and put on the playlist from their early dating days. He sent her a text, telling her to hurry home for a surprise. But she replied saying she was stuck late at work and would be home in a few hours. Disappointed but understanding, Jack decided to wait. As the hours ticked by, a sick feeling started to grow in his stomach. Around 11 p.m., he got a notification on his laptop. It was from their shared photo album, the one they set up to automatically sync pictures from their phones. A new photo had just been uploaded from Chloe's device. His heart sank when he opened it. It was a selfie of Chloe, not at her office, but at a fancy bar downtown. She was laughing, her head resting on another man's shoulder. And it wasn't just any man. It was Mark, Jack's supposed best friend, the one he'd known since college, the one who was supposed to be his best man. The photo was a blurry, candid shot, but the betrayal it captured was crystal clear. In that single moment, Jack's entire world shattered. The 3 years of love, the future he had planned, it all evaporated into a cloud of lies and deceit. He felt a wave of nausea wash over him, sat there staring at the screen, the romantic dinner growing cold on the table, a cruel mockery of the love he thought they shared. He didn't confront her that night. He was too broken, too numb. He simply deleted the photo from the shared album and went to bed, the other side of it feeling colder than ever before. Chloe came in late, whispering that she was exhausted from work. Jack just pretended to be asleep. The next morning, he acted normal. It was the hardest thing he'd ever had to do. He smiled, made coffee, and listened to her talk about her stressful day at the office. Every word was a dagger. He knew he couldn't live in this lie, but he needed a plan. Simple breakup wasn't enough. It didn't deserve an easy way out. They had humiliated him, and the anger simmering beneath his grief was demanding justice. So Jack started to play a long game. He became the most attentive, loving boyfriend imaginable. He listened to Chloe's work stories with renewed interest, offered to help Mark with his car troubles, and even suggested they all hang out together. He watched them exchange subtle glances and secret smiles, all while they thought he was completely oblivious. It was agonizing, but it fueled his resolve. He started gathering evidence, not out of malice, but for his own closure, and perhaps for a little bit of well-deserved revenge. He discovered their secret text conversations, the hotel bookings, the lies they had concocted together to deceive him. Each piece of information was another crack in his already broken heart, but he meticulously saved it all. The opportunity for his grand finale came about a month later. Mark was having a huge housewarming party. He had just bought a new condo, partly with money Jack had lent him a few months prior for a business investment. The irony was thick. Everyone would be there, their entire circle of friends, colleagues, even some of their family members. It was the perfect stage. Throughout the party, Jack played his part. He was the life of the party, laughing, mingling, proposing toasts to Mark's new home and to his beautiful girlfriend, Chloe. He saw them relax, thinking they had gotten away with it completely. Then came the moment for the big housewarming gift. Jack asked the host to turn down the music and gather everyone in the living room. He had a slideshow prepared, he announced, a tribute to his best friend, Mark. He plugged his laptop into the large-screen TV. The first few slides were innocent enough. Old photos of him and Mark from college, pictures from birthdays and group holidays. Everyone was smiling, reminiscing. Then he looked at Chloe and Mark, gave them a small, knowing smile, and clicked to the next slide. The screen was filled with the selfie from the bar. A collective gasp rippled through the room. Before anyone could react, the next slide appeared. A screenshot of their flirty text messages. Then another, a hotel booking confirmation under Mark's name for two. Slide after slide, the evidence of their affair played out for everyone to see. The room fell into a dead, shocked silence. Chloe's face went pale, and Mark looked like he wanted the ground to swallow him whole. Jack didn't say a word. He just let the proof speak for itself. He let the final slide, a simple text image saying the end, linger on the screen. Then he calmly turned to the stunned crowd. "I believe some apologies are in order," he said, his voice steady and clear, "but not to me." He looked at Mark. "I'll expect my loan to be repaid in full by the end of the month. Consider our friendship terminated." Then he turned to Chloe, who was now openly crying. "As for us, we're done. Please have your things out of my apartment by tomorrow." Without another glance at them, Jack picked up his jacket, walked through the silent, parting crowd, and left the party. Walking out into the cool night air, he didn't feel happy or triumphant. He just felt free. Free from the lies, free from the pain, and ready to start a new chapter, one that he would write on his own terms. It wasn't the sweet revenge he initially craved, but it was the closure he desperately needed, and that was more than enough. Thanks for listening to this story. If you have a story you'd like to share, let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more.